Scheduling, processes, inventory management tools. These things don't exactly scream excitement. When implemented properly, these things can have a massive impact on how many installs we can fit in each day, leading to, of course, a more profitable business.
Welcome to Foxy TV, episode 148.
We recently received a question via Instagram asking how to do more installs per day. So that is what we're covering today, 7 ways you can increase the number of installs you're doing. Let's go.
So starting things off with probably the most important, which kind of impacts everything else, and that's just the mentality of efficiency and of speed. So everything we do and everything, like the way we go about everything around here is kind of designed to help us be faster and more efficient. So from a cultural point of view, everybody knows that that's so important to us. So things like objectives that we set for people within the team and bonuses often get paid based on hitting certain timeframes or benchmarks. So, you know, the way that we encourage it, I guess, as a team, so that when new people come in, they know what is important to us as a business. So yeah, like I said, it kind of seeps into everything else. And kind of following on from that, or feeding into a related area, is training and the way that we bring in new people. So just a couple of examples: when we get a new stylist, part of their whole training program, there's a number of different modules, and one of those is, for instance, pack-ups. So the way that we go and take them out to a pack-up and show, it's not as simple as bucket everything up or strip the beds and get it ready. It's, well, the truck is coming in with a set time frame, so how do we prioritize what we're doing at a pack-up to make their job easier? So the best example is when a stylist gets to a pack-up, firstly they'll get there ahead of the truck to make sure that everything's open and ready. Secondly, they'll always do the queen bed first, followed by the double beds, because that's what goes on the truck every time.
And for number 3, we are heading to an install in Cannon Hill, where Cassie is going to touch on the role of the lead stylist and how they keep things moving quickly.
And what time did you get here today?
I got here at about 8 o'clock, so probably about 15 minutes before the boys, just so I could get all of the accessories and everything up, and I could get my car out of the way, clear the driveway for them.
And so when they arrive, what are you doing?
So perfect scenario like this morning, I had all the accessories ready to go, so pretty much when they put a dining table down, I can put the accessories straight on it. Other than that, I'm pretty much helping them unload the truck.
So the truck was here for what, about an hour or so?
Yeah, probably about an hour.
So
Would have been shorter than that, but we had troubles getting the couch in, so.
But on a job like this, how long will we be here? How long will you be here for? To finish until everything's finished?
So I have 2 helpers today, which is good, but also rare. I will probably be done in the next maybe 10 minutes. We've already sprayed all the beds, steamed them all. We're just in the middle of hanging the artwork, and then we can pack up and clear out. So probably maybe an hour, 45 minutes.
And if it's a house like this by yourself, you'd take another couple of hours on top of that?
Oh, probably maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours if I was by myself, because then you have to make all the beds and everything instead of, I kind of style while the girls do all the beds for me. But if you have to do everything, it obviously takes a bit longer.
One of the bigger ones that we do is with the scheduling of the truck. So obviously when we own our own trucks, a major component of what we do is logistics. So being able to have it so the trucks, their run makes sense. They're not crossing part of the city. We're not having one from go west side out to Bayside. We don't have them going north side to south, down to the Gold Coast, only to go back up to the north. That only ever happens sparingly and only when it really, really needs to happen. Generally what we do is we sort of cluster the jobs so that the truck can sort of stay within a maximum of half an hour travel between jobs. Anything bigger than that is a really big drive, and ideally that doesn't happen. That's in an ideal world. So ideally we've got one sort of hanging out over the city, others sort of doing Bayside, maybe south side. The other part that makes that more efficient is if we can schedule the day. So we have our biggest install leaving the warehouse. That gets installed, the truck's then empty, it can do a pack up, and we've got a couple of bits and pieces left on that truck that can then take that pack up, and then it goes into another install. We can change it up enough that what's from install 1 into install, pack up 1 into install 1 is different. We use the bigger pieces from those jobs, so the beds, the dining table potentially, maybe the outdoor, the lounge, but we change up the end result so that it doesn't look anything like what it would look like in the similar property that are already sold. By making sure the truck doesn't have to make the half-hour trek back here to spend 45 minutes to reload and then half an hour back to the next job, we can get more in a day. So we can average sort of around 4 things in a day, so 2 pack-ups and 2 installs.
Per truck?
Per truck. Yeah, so something that makes my day more efficient, so I can separate myself to be able to do stuff that can only happen during daylight hours. So for example, consultations, going out visiting clients, making phone calls, talking to agents, all those sorts of things that really can only happen during an acceptable 8 till 5. It allows me then to do things like our stock selections after hours. I obviously don't want to spend my whole night at the warehouse, so Jake's developed a inventory tool for us where I can do those selections from home. At any point in time, he can send me a link to that spreadsheet and I know exactly what furniture is in the warehouse or what furniture is coming back from particular jobs. I say within a click of a button. He makes it look that easy, but yeah. So one of our biggest points to our efficiency, and something I have a lot of conversations about with other stylists, is our preparation. So yes, we are on site for maybe 2 hours, but we are back in the warehouse during the preparation for those jobs for equally the amount of time. So when we turn up on site, we purposefully are ready to go, so we spend minimal time on site. We don't disrupt the client. We do it so photography can happen on the same day. It's stress-free for the team. We know what needs to go in, what needs to get done, and all of that can only happen if we have the right preparation at the warehouse. So I'm talking about, we don't remake our linen every single job. We bag up our linen. Our bed, our quilt insert has our quilt cover on it with our matching pillowcases and pillows all made up in those bags behind me. They're ready to go. We pull it off the shelf. It can easily go into the queen room. We know the difference. We then have our bag with our cushions that goes into that queen room, a thing with a throw rug, and we know what lamps in our artwork. Bedroom 1 is defined, bedroom 2, bedroom 3, bedroom 4. It goes in very, very quickly. Our accessories, we have them all designated. So basically we've got our selection table. They get all sorted before we even leave the warehouse. I can get on site and I know exactly what's going to go on the dining table, the coffee table. If I've selected for somebody else, I've taken photos and there's all the information that that person needs to be able to replicate that with minimal amount of time. So it's all documented, and that's something that's also very, very important. Positioning of the furniture, everything like that is it's done very similar across properties. The more difficult properties, we have a very good conversation about where we think there might be issues. So once we're on site, there's not that problem solving that has to happen. So that's why we can do our installations in half a day and not stretch it out further than that.
So another one is the morning, I guess. From a logistics, the truck point of view, we tend to have the truck guys start a little bit earlier, finish a little bit earlier compared to the stylists who start a little later and finish a little later. And the reason behind that is because getting the truck ready in the morning to leave on time sets up the rest of your day. So it's one thing that we're, I was going to say strict, but one thing that we really focus on is getting the truck away on time, ready to go and leaving on time. And part of that is, as the business owner, and as the person in the logistics team that kind of looks after the scheduling, I'm making sure that I'm in early enough where I know I need to be to set them up for success. So things like getting furniture out, starting the trucks to be loaded, things like that. And the rest of the truck logistics team, the truck guys, get in early enough that they know they've got enough time to get the trucks ready and we get out on time.
So there it is, 7 ways you can increase the number of installs without compromising on quality. We'd love to hear from you how you increase your efficiency when it comes to styling, so leave a comment in the comment section below. That is it for episode 148. It is time to put the cups back on the shelf. So thanks for watching and we'll see you back here next week.